What is probate? As estate planning and probate attorneys, of course, we get this question all the time. We like this question in the planning phase, so we're educating people on what we're avoiding and putting an estate plan together. But more often, we get this from people who are inheriting from an estate that is going through probate court, and they're totally blindsided by the process they have to go through to kind of get what's rightfully theirs. So probate is just a division of courts. You have criminal court, you have civil court, you have probate court. Probate court is tasked with taking care of those who can't speak on their own. So you have people like minor children or adults without capacity, where the probate court is going to be responsible for appointing their guardian or conservator to take care of them when they can't on their own and when they don't have a plan in place, as an incapacitated adult. And it's also there to kind of be the advocate and speak for the deceased. They can't speak on their own because they're no longer here, so the probate court is going to handle their affairs. Now, most commonly when you hear something going through probate court, that means someone passed away with something in their personal name, and we've got to decide who gets what, how that's going to happen. A probate judge is the only one who can sign off on that. So the most common scenario is, I own a home, it's in my name, I pass away, and I have 3 kids who are going to inherit it. That may seem very simple. I have 3 kids, no one's fighting, but the fact that the home was in my name means it has to detour through probate court for title to transfer to the kids, okay? Probate court is just a process where we get someone appointed to handle the affairs of the decedent. We deal with any creditors that come forward in that process. We marshal all the assets. We do an accounting to the court to tell the court what we found and what's in the decedent's estate. And then we propose a distribution to the court where we say, look, the 3 kids are the ones that are going to inherit, so let's distribute it equally to the 3 kids. And once we get a judge's signature, then we can transfer the property to the kids. Now, we go to probate court when there's no plan in place. So I passed away with the house in my personal name and I had no estate plan in place. Okay, we're going to go to probate court and we're going to follow what's called intestacy laws. So that means if you don't have a plan in place, the government has one for you. It's called intestacy laws. It's a pretty natural distribution of who gets what in that kind of scenario, but you have no say in it because you didn't do a plan on your own. But if you have a will, it's also going to go through probate court. That's a big misconception out there. A lot of people say, well, I have a will, so it should be simple. I put on my will equally to my 3 kids, just do it. And that's not the case. Even if you have a will, we go through the same full probate process. Yes, the will is entered into the court and your wishes are followed, but it's only after jumping through all of the hoops that I just described and getting the final judge's order. In California, you're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 years on average to get through the probate process. Depends on the county and it depends on how impacted the county is at that time. Occasionally, you can sneak through in 9 or 10 months, but that's pretty rare. That would be, you got in at a good calendar time and a good jurisdiction and flew through the process. Most of our clients, we say, expect about 1.5 years to get through the process, and that's whether you have a will or not, okay? Now, this is also assuming no one is fighting. Once we're in court, it's a whole lot easier for someone to fight because there's no overhead for them to go and start a process. The process is already started. It's in the court system. So if we've got a complaint or we want to, grind an axe, well, we're already in court, so you might as well get to it if that's what you want to do. Now, a lot of what we do as estate planning attorneys is help our clients avoid that probate process altogether. And if you want to learn about the different ways you can avoid the probate process, we've put together a whole seminar on that, covering everything from beneficiary designations to simple trusts that are software driven, comprehensive trusts that are attorney drafted, and more advanced planning as well. It's going to cover all of the different costs involved and what you can do with each type of plan. If that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to learn what options you have out there to avoid this probate process, just click the link that's in the description of this video. It'll take you over to that seminar, and I'll see you there.